Good day everyone, this is Patrick from Easy FX Code Trading System, and it's Sunday the 8th of December 2019, and this is the weekly Ichimoku analysis for Euro and Cable for the second week of December. Let's start off with the Euro, and after a doji the previous week, last week it managed to climb back up but got rejected at the resistance zone at the previous swing low and pull back lower, so it's still below the 38 pip retracement level. Let's take a look at the daily time frame, and this was the resistance zone that was rejected from, and after hitting that zone it fell on Friday due to better than expected non-farm payroll report from the US. So we can also just identify this swing low here. This is at 111.07. So that was a spike through the resistance zone, and then fell back below the Tenkan Sen to hit a low of 110.40. Right, and back into the Kumo, the cloud on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame, it is still well below the Kumo, and at the moment it's consolidating between the 110 level and the 38 pip retracement level just below the 111. So the spike last week was through 111.16, and then closed at 110.60. Alright, so this coming week there is a ECB rate decision coming up on Thursday, and that will be the first meeting by the new president, Christine Lagarde. From the US side, there's a key event from the FOMC rate decision, although no rate changes are expected, and there are also a couple of economic news from the US. But it does not seem that it's going to break out of these zones anytime soon. All right, let's move on to the cable. The cable managed to do well last week with a climb all the way up to make a high at 131.66 and almost reaching the previous rising trend line to almost retest it. So it did punch through the 130 psychological level area, and we can probably switch this over with this bullish continuation move, and the extension is at 138 pip extension at 133.25. So we'll see whether it will hit that over the next week or so. If we take the reversal, you can see that it has hit the 162 pip extension level at 131.63 and hit a high 131.66, so just past 3 pips past that. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. So on the shorter term fib reversal area, that's where the 162 fib extension is. If it does climb up higher, that's the 200, and then at the 262 fib area at 134. So it has managed to break through this resistance zone at the 130, and we can now mark this as a support area. And you can see also that this was the previous resistance zone at this area here, right at the 162 fib extension. Let's mark this one here. So there could be a retracement lower after, especially after the better than expected US non-farm payroll report, where it did retrace back to the 138 fib area, but then managed to gain a slight rebound before the close. Right, so there could be a consolidation before further bullish continuation move. Right, let's take a look back at the weekly time frame. So it managed to break out of this thin Kumo region and had a good breakout last week. On the daily time frame, it is still well above the Kumo as well. So we are looking for bullish continuation moves. And this week's key event, of course, will be December 12th UK elections. So that's going to be a major key event. And by the time the results are out, it will be the late night on the Thursday night. So it will be early Friday before we get the results. And if it's a majority win by the Conservative Party, the current government, then this is going to fly. And it's going to target the 200 EMA area. That's where the bullish extension at 138 fib is at 133.25. 200 moving average is at 133.55. And right above that is 134 at the Senku span B area. So that could ultimately be the target, a key target. We can also mark that here. All right. At 134.04 area. Okay, so meanwhile, do check out my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen and euro, cable, and Aussie dollar as well. All right, have a good trading week and cheers.